unmuting myself, unmuting my lovely compatriots, and turning off the title card so you can see what's up. Hello and welcome back to some Pristine Suits. It has been a little bit. You can blame Florida weather, or just Florida in general if you'd like. But we have returned once more. I am joined here by my lovely players, which we will begin. We'll start off with the one, the only. We're going to do it in a random order today, and because he was unfortunately missing last time, Ross, why don't you start us off by introducing yourself as much as you would like, and then also letting me know what your potential and your advancements are.
Hello, I am Ross. I will be playing Robert Bobbert, aka Mr. Fix-It. I'm just a guy who likes playing tabletop RPG with their friends. And I am at 4 potential, and I think either 2 or 3 advancements. I believe it's 3.
Alrighty. Well, thank you, my good friend. I'm rolling for this on a little dice I have with me. Our next player is gonna be Aqua. Why don't you introduce yourself as much as you would like, your character if you wish, and what are your potential and advancements at?
So I am Aqua. I go by Aqua Sylph on Twitch and some other socials. I am playing the outsider named Cosmic Rain, or Rain for short. I am at, let's see here, potential. I'm at 2 potential currently. And yeah, I'm just here to have a good time, play some TTRPG with friends, and do some art on my free time.
Awesome. And we are thankful that you're here. Good to see you streaming some more too. Our next
potential and advancement.
I heard potential to potential. Did missed advancements?
Oh, advancements. Sorry.
No,
Alien tech, unlocked moment of truth, and regeneration.
So 3 advancements. Cool. Our resident our resident non-binary wolf in Gaius Ghost Paws.
Hi, my name is Gaius Ghost Paws. You can find me in places as in Gaius Ghost Paws. I stream on Twitch, and I'm also on Blue Sky. And today I will be playing Quinn Regal, also known as Wave Index. We'll see for how much longer. So,
Smile. Yeah, I gotta make sure. I think I have that all set up, but I will make sure that we can do that. But yeah. Thank you. What are your potential and advancements, real quick?
Potential and advancements. Just let me get my things here. I have 3 potential, and I've done 2 advancements.
3 potential, 2 advancements. Got it. Nextly, we have the Distortion Devil himself. Please introduce yourself as much as you wish.
That's me. Hello, everybody. I'm Connor. You can find me basically everywhere at Distortion Devil, and you can find all of my TTRPG/role-playing content over at youtube.com and patreon.com/Devils and Dice Rolls. And I will be playing Noah Butler, aka Wink, the sleepy superhero. And as for me, I have 2 advancements, 0 potential.
Whoa. Oh yeah, you roll so hot that this game puts you behind.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do love this game for how they work like that, but there's some times where I'm like, oh yeah, that's how that works. Ray. Alright, lastly, not leastly, our good friend Calligraphy Inc.
Howdy, I'm Ray, also known as Key Inc. or Calligraphy Inc. on various platforms. I will be playing as Aurora Iris, also known as the superhero Lucky Aurora. The booklet is The Star, if I remember correctly. And I have 2 potential and 2 advancements.
Potential 2 advancements. Alright, so this will give a recap this session, as I tend to do when we've been gone for a minute. And due to how behind you are, you receive 1 potential, Connor. But to give a recap as to where we were last time on our adventure with our pristine suits, they, having been somewhat embroiled in, one could call it a conspiracy, but more accurate to say a villain meddling in the affairs of the Commonwealth city of New Columbia. As our party of swiftly learns their fingers in many pies, they have been, unfortunately, suspended. However, not trusting the situation and digging into the goings-ons around them, the party has discovered one Stacy Cobb, a nefarious tech mogul individual with their own private compound outside of city borders, that while despite their affluence and their deep connections to the city, seems to be having some sort of underlying motivation and has been clandestinely working to her own ends, believing that she could perhaps and is very likely the villain, Light Show, who gave Aurora a run for her money. The party has received the assistance of Liftoff, a Paragon hero of the city, a member of the Paragon family, who offered them some insight and is continuing to dig into some of the mechanical mystery that Cobb has created, while the party, seeking to break into her compound, has made their way towards the New Columbia Rehabilitation Facility, a facility that's specifically geared towards superpowered individuals with various methods of disabling and or dealing with them. While it is a rehabilitation facility for villains, it is also a medical facility. And as the party drives closer, we had a question that we left off with that we will now return to. That question being, in what way are you all headed to the rehabilitation center? It is slightly outside of city districts, like of city jurisdiction, so so if there is an incident, it's not immediately putting the city at risk. So you have a little bit of a trek of some kind. What that trek looks like, though, is up to you. I know many of you have the ability to fly or other modes of locomotion yourself, but I feel like it should be up to you all in what way you're heading there. The last that I recall, I kind of jokingly asked who all is packing into the Winnebago with Mr. Fix-It, and I will pick up once again with that question.
Well, I don't have another mode of transportation, so I'm with Mr. Fix-It.
You're with
Probably
Mr.
also with Fix-It.
Makes sense.
I might be flying.
I'll be flying as well.
Okay, so you guys are flying there.
I don't like how they said that. I don't like how they said that.
I'm just saying. Hey, this is
Like,
something.
it just sounds like the DM.
It's
so
been
you are gonna walk on the trap.
It's been some time,
Yeah,
so I do remember that some people had expressed some anxiety potentially about traveling via flight, and it was posited that you all could, or that you all might want to pile into the Winnebago to be a bit more secretive, or a bit less obvious on your way there. And it has been some time, so I do not mind reminding you of that, but it is your decision either way.
I have some cloaking capabilities, but for the sake of team play, I'll just puddle myself in a bucket in the trunk or something.
For the sake of what?
I'll just put myself in a bucket in the trunk or something.
A bucket in the trunk.
I can tow myself away. Yeah.
I don't need you. I don't think you necessarily need to be put into a bucket, but I mean, if you want, unless you want to, I don't know if the bucket's comfortable for you or not. That's kind of up to you.
I'm a water being, so it's just kind of whatever.
Or do you have a special bucket from your spaceship that you brought with you?
Well, actually, I'll
special
just
bucket
put
from home.
myself into my alien bucket. It's more like a spherical, sort of like a goldfish bowl kind of thing.
Yeah, if you have
Nice.
cloaking capabilities, do you want to try to fly?
That's fine. I'll just go with the group.
Okay.
Sounds like the thing to do.
There's no wrong answer. So specifically, if you have cloaking, I had forgotten that you have cloaking capabilities. So the reason why it was postulated the way you might want to travel in the Winnebago was to stay hidden. So like that is absolutely an option for you if you want to. But yeah, you had said that you want to travel.
I'm kind of entertained by the thought of just like disguising
traveling
myself
in a bucket.
as a fishbowl.
Okay.
Oh,
Well,
all right.
fishbowl,
So
however.
is it a
Called fishbowl,
fishbowl or
yeah.
is it a bucket?
Well, so like we were like, okay, bucket, let's do a fishbowl.
Fishbowl.
Nice.
All right.
Is it a fancy fishbowl?
How big is said fishbowl?
It's not that big. I mean,
So you're not a very
you don't
dense
ask a lady
being,
their weight.
Yeah, you're
Well,
not
hold
a very.
on, so,
yeah,
like,
yeah, got it.
I can control a little bit of my density because I do have gravity abilities too. It goes both ways, but
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Very heavy water bowl.
yes.
That'll be some thick glass.
But
Very
nonetheless, you all are traveling
Alien
on the way
tech.
there. Alien tech, exactly. But traveling on the way there, is there? And this is just for the group as well. Is there any scene, framing, moment that you all wish to have on the ride there? Any quick discussions or conversations that wish to be had? Any scenes with any other players before we arrive at the rehab facility?
I think while Fix-It is currently driving to the rehab facility, which he's gone to a few times,
Yeah.
probably been in it himself a couple times.
Mhm.
He is just gonna focus on the road, just say to the back of everyone in the Bago, all right, so my plan was to kind of just walk in there and be like, yeah, we got a ride along. Perry said to take him. Well, what do y'all think about that? You think that'll work?
I've never been to this place before. Fix it. Honestly, it's
Not that
Not
bad.
bad.
You know, they got like bingo night.
Wave is kind of distracted. They're holding the chest plate they took from the place and just sort of looking at it at the moment.
Let's see. So, I mean, we can say that Perry, your friend, told us to take him, but yeah, like, don't they usually have like maybe checkouts and stuff like that for that?
Well, yeah, but from what would I know, if you have to like do paperwork through Suits to do that
To do what specifically?
for ride-alongs? Like I believe we talked about that you can take them or take prior villains who are
There
on the
is
path to become.
There is a program that does that ostensibly. That
Uh-huh.
is the Z Team program from Dispatch, where you can bring villains into the Suits organization, and that can get them off early from rehab, and they usually still have to stay at rehab for a while they're still at the beginning of the program. But it is something that is possible. Do you, and this is just a genuine question, does anyone feel like they would know more about that program? Because this is your decision, and I'm happy to tell you more. It's not really a role to see whether or not you would know more about it. It's just whether or not you think your character would.
Would Fix It be more part of the community to bring in villains and turn them into heroes?
Fix It would be more hanging out with the villains at the rehab center
Mm-hmm.
than
So one of
taking them out for the
the other
rehabilitation.
reasons for the rehab center is there are a lot of heroes and or people with powers where the power negatively affects how they live, right? Like where it causes some sort of negative interaction around them, or it can be painful or uncomfortable, or maybe even affects the people around them. The rehab facility also helps those people out. So is that like what your familiarity with it comes from, or were you actually in because you had done some shit?
Oh, I think there was one time probably that Perry and like mentioned prior, where Perry and Fixit did get into an actual fight in the spat, and he ended up in the rehabilitation center for a little bit, and he just made friends like that are staying there because of them having debilitating powers. Either they're a danger to society in the sense of they can't control it,
Mm-hmm.
or to themselves too. And he just made friends with them while he was there, and that's why he comes back.
Yeah. I mean, it's actually a pretty comfortable life. There are people who just choose to stay there because they have that facility has the means to take care of them. But yeah, okay. In which case, anyone who feels like they might know a little bit more about it, can roll me and assess the situation. Because this would be not necessarily your knowledge of it, but this would be like how you think it might be best to approach things.
Let me see.
Is that a superior role?
Assess the situation is superior. Roll plus superior.
Okay.
Start of the
Is it for
session.
all
So
of
you, for anyone who feels like they might know more about it. Wink, I feel like it would make sense, right? Like Wink maybe has done a stint or two at the rehab facility. Up to you whether or not you feel like that's accurate, but I could see it making sense.
Ooh.
Okay, that's a 9. If anyone would like, you can spend a team to add to that to make it a full 10. This is a pretty
We do have
easy team to explain, because it's like you all discussing it on the ride over.
What's our team pull at right now?
4.
4. You just went up to 4, start of the session.
Oh, that's a pretty good number. So yeah.
You can probably spare one, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Aurora probably, or Lucky might help with thinking through parts of the plan. Of like just like the technicalities of like what typically industries do, or like sign out sheets
Yeah,
does, 'cause I don't know
yeah.
much about the whole rebel.
But you do
or
know about
facility.
bureaucracy.
Right.
In which case, we're going to, or in that case, we are going to turn to Mr. Fixit. Mr. Fixit, these questions are yours, as you were the one to roll it. So roll with a 10, you get to ask 2. Do you need me to post them again?
Which ones were they? Or
Assess the
situation
situation questions.
Where?
These are the.
Oh, nice. So, one would be, how could we best end this quickly? Like, what's the fastest way to get there and get out with him in the neatest way possible, I guess? And then,
why don't we start
I
with
guess-
that one, and then you can follow
Okay.
up and see if it leads you to another question, because that can
Gotcha.
sometimes happen. I will answer this in 2 parts, because you had said something and then you added a qualifier, and there are 2 different answers. The fastest way would be to locate him, and then during one of the like recess periods, one of the periods where they have free access to the yard, that kind of thing, where it's actually not uncommon. I think there would just be like garden areas that they could go spend time in. It's not even like a a structured thing, but it would be like it would literally be like airlifting him out of there
Huh.
and just stealing him. That is the fastest method. It would also potentially be the cleanest method. If you can do that without really revealing yourselves as to who you are that's doing it, it could just be seen as villains breaking him out, right? It could necessarily be, or it's pretty easy to play that off as if it is just not you all, if you were able to do it in a slick manner. But the other side of the question is neatly. That's not exactly neat. It is the swiftest method and potentially the best for keeping a low profile, but it is not the neatest method. The neatest method is going to be the method like you thought of. It will be trying to get him out on a ride-along. You do know there's probably a longer bureaucratic process, but with your familiarity with the facility, it is possible for you to be able to potentially grease some wheels, and not necessarily by bribing people, but because you know people, like via favors and that kind of thing, or familiarity. That is also a method. It's very unlikely you would be able to do that without a paper trail, but it is still possible. But it is still like that is an option. So those are the two kind of main options for you: is just straight up steal him, or try to do it like you were kind of thinking with the ride along.
Okay. And then I think, could I kind of like twist one of these questions a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. I allow a lot of creative usage of these questions.
Instead of like, what here is the greatest danger, could we say like, what here would give us the most time? Like, if we take them and just like bamboozle, they're gonna immediately be like looking for it. But where if we do a paper trail, they might know that we did it, but they're not gonna go immediately exploring where he is. So like, which one seems like it'll give us more time, I guess, out of the two options?
So what here's the greatest danger? I see. It's almost like a play off what here's the greatest threat as well, and I see the angle you're kind of going with it. Aurora, this is where your help kicks in, because the thing that you realize as you're kind of talking about this is you maybe remember, you're like, Aurora's fairly educated. Aurora would know a decent amount about powers, especially because your power acts as almost like the opposite of a disability. It's like a mobility aid in many ways. You would know that for some people, if their powers act in the opposite way, and they need a chemical compound, a shot generally is how it's administered, that dampens or either dampens or can completely suppress someone's powers. A villain like Trash Bandit probably would have to have that done to them, right? Because their power is so potentially useful for breaking out of the facility. It would make a lot of sense that they would need that like the facility would almost feel the need to do that, right? So the thing that you are the thing that is the biggest threat is that period of time where you'll have him and you'll need to wait for that drug to wear off. So I do think you're kind of in that same boat. He's like, oh yeah, we do need as much time as possible because we're going to need to wait for this power, or this chemical compound to wear off and him to metabolize it, work through his system, that kind of thing. So I think that the two of you theorize that while the paper trail might seem immediately like the better option, and again is definitely the neater option, you don't think it would give you as much time, because if you steal him, there's a strong possibility that with everything going on in the city right now, they won't have enough people to prioritize one villain who's broken out that has a penchant for breaking out, right? And you might potentially need to wait days. It's not going to take days for them to follow up on a sketchy paper trail. It'll probably keep you guys in the, that's the most official route. If you want to stay more official, the paper trail is definitely the way to go. But of the options that would give you the most time, stealing him and then finding a hideout is probably the better option. Wave, you're here as well. And this is probably where your kind of knowledge kicks in, because Suit's jurisdiction stops at the wash. If you can get him to the wash, exactly. If you can get him to the wash, you can probably hide out there.
Makes sense to me.
It's kind of as you're finishing this conversation and discussing the plan moving forward that you pull into the loamed parking lot of the rehab facility. It is a very clinical building, the very typical white brick walls and that kind of stuff, but it isn't expansive. It has a kind of large camp. It's almost like a campus-like feel to it. There is a fence, but it's not like barbed or electrified or anything like that. There is just a fence around the property. But beyond that, it doesn't really stand as like an imposing structure or anything. It's almost welcoming to an extent. But yeah, you all pull into the parking lot, and I hand the reins back off to you all to tell me how you wish to approach the situation. And for the record, if you all are like, oh yeah, since we want to steal it, we're not going to pull into the parking lot. We want to stop beforehand. But I will say, rather than pulling into the parking lot, you guys crest a hill and see the facility, down below you, and you all have the option of approach.
Right.
Okay.
Um.
Does anyone have ideas for like a heist, possibly?
Depends on like their security on breaking in as opposed to breaking out.
Well, getting in's the
easier
easy
to break
part.
in than it can to be breaking out, depending on who they're housing, I guess.
I don't think Trash Bandit got themselves in trouble yet, so they probably still get recess and they go outside. Well, that'd be our best time to pick them up.
I mean, if we're looking to break him out, it could be very easy if you need me to knock something over.
Well, we don't want to show too much of our powers just in case we do more investigation on who.
Well, I just mean like if we need to knock over a fence, I can do something like that.
Wait, what if we do want to show off our power? Rora, didn't you say that that the light show lady had similar powers to you?
It seems like they kind of absorbed my power a little bit and flashed it back at me.
Do you think you could recreate that kind of light?
You've never tried like a beam of light before. You've done hard light and that kind of thing. But you actually, now that he mentions it, the powers that you have and the powers that she had are probably not too dissimilar. It's light emanation. She might have a bit more of like a cannon on her, and she has the absorption abilities. But at the end of the day, you're both projecting light. You actually think you might have a little bit more control over it than she does.
I might
so
be
it is
able
possible.
Let's see. If I create a kind of prism shape, I might be able to point it in a very specific way and manner. I could also kind of try to see if I can drill under the this facility to make it look like Trash Bandit got away himself somehow and ignored his chemical dosage.
I could help with that. Ground's sort of my thing.
We have
Rain.
two options there, but
Oh, yeah, that's true.
also, we probably still need to give him a signal that we're coming for him, or he might find it suspicious.
Well, if that's what you're worried about, I could just go in and chat up the rest of my pals and tell him, like, invite him for Domino's and tell him then. Maybe write a piece of paper down, give him a heads up. Imagine that wouldn't be grab no suspicion.
Because if you do that, then it might just look like you're just trying to find something to do.
That's true.
If
But
some of
I
us
hadn't
are
been a
caught
minute.
on camera all coming together, then that will probably raise suspicion. But if it's just yourself, then it probably won't raise as many flags.
Yeah, they just think I'm bored. Making conversation. Yeah, he starts stroking his beard.
So currently,
You're gonna
what
ask
I...
Rain a question.
Oh yeah, you were gonna ask Rain a question.
Oh yeah, Ray, you can fly, right? And go like invisible. He does like wiggles with his fingers.
Do we have an aqua?
Oh, sorry. I thought he said Ray.
Oh, Rain.
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 No, Ray. It was really difficult with rough and tumble. My bad. No, Rain.
My bad. Yeah, I have some light bending abilities.
Do you think you could pick up Wink and Trash Bandit at the same time and fly out of there?
I think I could. Let's see.
'Cause
If not, I can probably get out on my own.
I was thinking if you even like fall asleep near the garden to make a bunch of people pass out.
Oh yeah, I can pick him up. I've had to carry a couple people before, so.
Perfect. Maybe we use the light tunnel as a diversion, so they don't know that he's been bamboozled, and they just focus on the underground looking for him, and we get a little bit more time.
So, the plan that I'm hearing right now is for Mr. Fix-It to go in and, like, let him know about it, but pretending he's doing visiting hours, visiting some old friends. At the same time, when Trash Bandit makes their way out to the garden, Wink is going to knock everyone out. Aurora is going to use Light Show's ability to blind the cameras and everything to make it so it's hard to kind of know, so like it wouldn't be trackable what actually happened. Wave is going to make a tunnel to make it look like he broke out on his own. And Rain is going to fly in and snatch Trash Bandit. Does that sound right?
Mhm.
That's about right.
Yeah. We're gonna
Mhm.
Ocean 11 this guy.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
this is
yeah,
a fucking Ocean's 11's plan. This is fucking awesome. Everyone's got like a little bit to it. This is great.
I got the
Uh,
ocean. No.
I have 11. 11 what? 11 what?
Pineapples. 11 pineapples.
11 back pains.
Upside
that-
down in the window of my living room.
Whoa! Don't spit
Yeah.
facts.
Alrighty. Well, I'm gonna really quick make sure I get this down. Fix it, and we'll do these in this order. So Fix It, distraction. Wink, knockout.
Well, Aurora does the flashbang because the flashbang goes first,
Oh yeah. Aurora flashbang.
and then because it will look like people got hit by whatever the light flash was.
Mm-hmm.
If the camera still catch something.
Yep. Wink, knockout. Wave, tunnel. tunnel, and then Rain stealth flight.
Secret tunnel.
Down, down, down in the tunnel.
All right, well, let's take this one step at a time. Let's start off with Fix-It's distraction. I'm going to need you to roll to provoke someone, as that is what I feel like this is the most accurate to the situation. You are attempting to get what you want out of the situation by causing the people around you to act in a specific manner.
Perfect. Can I use can I use some kind of show of force to provoke people? Like, not so much as in a mean way, but like as the regular that goes to the gas station is way too friendly with the gas station attendants. Like he's being very forceful of a personality, not so much as being mean and threatening people.
What
boisterous.
What special moves do you have?
It is called You've Got a Head You Don't Need. When you provoke someone with obvious threats and shows of force, roll danger instead of superior.
I will allow that. But I will need like a touch of a scene, like a tidbit of a hard frame of you like scaring Trash Bandit into going along with the plan, because I think the way
perfect,
and that is if you succeed. But I think that's where we're at with it. So I'm gonna need you to roll provoke someone, and you may use your danger.
Let's go. Alrighty. A +3. 11.
Ooh. Okay, on a 10 plus. They rise to the bait and do what you want. So, because you had not necessarily influence over them, but they are susceptible to your words. We see Mr. Fix-It. So I think Mr. Fix-It drops everyone off at the top of the hill and then makes his way in the Winnebago down towards the facility. As you pull up, you step in, and there's the typical process of people like scanning you to make sure you don't have any weapons or anything, even though you yourself are a weapon. Everyone's really casual with you because you know a lot of the employees here, so everyone's just being kind of friendly with you. You ask about visiting hours, and you get told that you have open outside visiting hours, which is like perfect for you right now. You step out and you look around, and a lot of the people you know and are more friendly with are kind of doing their own thing. You probably catch up with them a little bit. We see you kind of making your way towards a couple very nefarious looking individuals, maybe a couple of, I think there's some like older dude with like absolutely head to toe covered in scars. But you like chat with a couple of them. And then you eventually see, I'm going to say, yeah, he's absolutely a gambler. Trash Bandit's absolutely a gambler. So I think that there's a dominoes table that's currently set up where there are some people betting, and they actually, I'm going to say that there's like an oak tree here, and there's some acorns, and they have literally piles of them. They're betting acorns. And as you look over and you see, fortunately for you, like pure luck, one of the other people that they're playing with, that Trash Bandit's playing with, is someone you are very familiar with, someone you know well. We don't have to like detail them out too much, but I would like a touch of a scene of you walking up, kind of chatting this individual briefly, and then how you intimidate Trash Bandit into doing what you want.
I think so. Trash Bandit, if I recall, was like on the shorter end, very scraggly, had the black and white salt pepper hair that was like frizzy everywhere, right?
They even have like a raccoon tail and raccoon ears.
Perfect. I think they're playing dominoes with a way too large, look like they're made of cinder blocks, but there's like different cracks in them, and it's definitely like an older villain. And he's like, "Oh, what's up, Tom? How you doing?" And he like slapped this big cinder block guy on the back. He's like, "Oh, is that you? I never got. I just got the villain name, Trash Panda, right? We put you. You you're doing your thing."
Yeah, I remember you, motherfucker. You were the one that came in and you hit me with that weird sleep power, right?
Yeah. That one was me. Yeah.
Right, yeah. What do you want?
Yeah. Blocky. You don't look like a Blocky. I'm sorry, Tommy. I was using your villain name. It's been a minute. You look like you're not doing too well against my trash panda buddy. And he will grab trash panda's like piece, so he's close to the. He's like 2 away from winning, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's just gonna take the piece and just like crush his hand over it, and like comes back and like, oh look, I must have looked wrong. You're winning now, Tommy. And it's just dust where that piece used to be, and be like,
now we don't have a full set.
nah, don't worry, I can make a new one. You won't need it anyways. You like the sun out today? You like how pretty it is out here, because we're outside, or are we inside right now?
Yeah, you're outside.
Yeah, you like how nice it is outside today?
What you talking about? What do you want? What are you looking for from me?
Hey, Tommy. Tommy this entire time hasn't said a single word.
Tommy is just staring at you, huge dude. Tommy kind of picking up on what you're doing. There's like a fourth person at the situation. Like there was a third person at the table, and Tommy just kind of looks over and gives like a head nod, like a walk away, and the person just stands up, like no words, just stands up, walks away.
Perfect. Thank you, Tommy. Do me a solid, trash. What's your name? What's your actual name? I can't keep calling you Trash Bandit. I was gonna call you TP, but I thought that was a little mean.
Chuck. You could call me Chuck.
Okay, Chuck. How about you just stay outside and maybe, some good fortune comes to you. And then, if you go inside and you don't stay outside, maybe you go missing like that piece did.
Tommy cocks an eyebrow at you and kind of nods. Tommy is a lifetimer in here. Is one of those people. He has an expansion power, like he can grow to abnormal sizes, but it is based on his emotional state, and he can't really control that. So it's just absolutely a negative for him. He needs regular doses. He needs specific like equipment. He just lives here. But he kind of looks at you, cocks an eyebrow, and he just kind of nods. And with that, I think we see you play dominoes with them for a little bit. Kind of Tommy and you sort of catch up. He's very much the kind of like just really nods, shakes the head, total silent type. But as you eventually make your way out, I'm gonna say Rain, who is kind of cloaked, flying over. What is the go ahead for the situation? What's the like signal that you give off?
I think Fix-It was in his normal hero attire, which does have the new hard hat on. I guess it'd be the new one that he just got.
Yeah, the fancy, but he has a quote unquote fancy one.
Yeah, the fancy one. He'll take his hard hat and he'll just put it on Chuck. He's like, you make sure you have that on for the ride. And just like jostle it on his head. And when Rain sees Fix-It put it over onto Chuck, that's when he gets up and gets out. It starts to leave, basically.
As you start to leave, you pull out... Aurora, you tell me what you do. I was kind of imagining while you're cloaked, you pull out the shell phone and let... Rain, you tell me what you do. I kind of imagine as you were cloaked, you pull out the shell phone and like message Aurora, but you tell me.
Yeah, I'd probably send her a quick message to let her know that they gave the signal and it's go time.
All right, Aurora, I need you to unleash your powers.
Oh, okay, hold it.
Currently, you're trying to overcome an obstacle. And when you unleash your powers to overcome an obstacle or reshape... it's overcome an obstacle or reshape your environment or extend your senses, roll plus freak. If you have anything that would potentially alter this, absolutely go ahead and do that. You might have something that allows you to roll something different for unleash your powers.
Let me see.
I know you do
think
for
I
directly
might.
engage a threat. I know, no, that might be Zeitgeist, my other star. And
Hold
stage
on,
fighting is what that one's called.
I think that is stage fighting. That
Yeah.
is engage a threat, and I do have
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah,
But
this is unleash your powers. You're trying to control them here, so it's plus freak.
oh, I have a 0 on freak. I want to make sure I don't have any other tags. No, I don't have any other tags.
All right, so this is just a flat roll, 2d6.
Okay.
Woo!
Oh.
Just hit it.
It'll
Just
do.
made it.
All right, here's the on a 7 to 9. This is how Unleash Your Powers works. You may either mark a condition, or I will tell you how this is unstable or temporary. So your choice here is either I add a complication to the situation, or you mark a condition. And it could be like you can be like, oh yeah, this is I may be feeling guilty about this because we're breaking into like what is actually a pretty solid institution for this kind of nefarious, like it could go against your like morals, and so you feel guilty about it. Like that's kind of how that works, is like this doing this act either makes you feel some way and you mark a condition, or I will complicate the situation in some small way.
Because
you
think they
succeeded.
would feel a little insecure about it, because
Insecure?
they don't want to. They don't want to hurt anybody, but they also have never used their powers this way.
Mm-hmm. Why don't you
So-
describe what it looks like as you mark and secure, and you successfully flashbang the garden outside?
So Aurora focuses basically a lot of their feathers to turn into kind of like triangular prisms, and then they stack them on top of
Oh, like
other,
reflecting and refracting
then-
kind of energy.
and then
That's
keeps
awesome.
refracting, and then they finally like try to push it together a little bit to like, I guess like the lines kind of cross enough, and then it just
Mhm.
creates the flashbang.
Almost like
in
the
the
Death
middle.
Star, as like the different lasers hit each other in one like
Yeah.
specific point, and then one big laser shoots across the sky. I think it probably like singes a little bit of that tree that was mentioned earlier, like some of the top branches of it. And it is, what color is it? Is it the same sort of like, because her light powers are all that like white yellow color, that just like almost like halogen fluorescent light color.
I think for them it's kind of like that color of like when you try to actually take an actual prism and try to
Mhm.
like refract it. So you see a lot of the white, but you only see like the very soft hints of like a pinks and like of pinks and stuff like
So
that.
it is almost the same color, but if someone were really like, only someone who was like extremely attentive or knew both of the powers really well would notice like at the edges of the ability that sort of rainbow reflection coloration on it. That's awesome. That's awesome. You hear a like general sort of like crying out. And I will also need, as a immediate response to that, Wink. I need you to unleash your powers as well.
All right. Watch me freak it.
Watch me freak it, freak it.
Oh my
Ooh.
god. It's
Full 10. As you Amamir, you tell me, is it like you run down the hill to like get as close as you can to the situation, or does like Rain fly you in with like her abilities? Is it literally like you could almost just fly over the situation, knock people out, pick them up, and then fly out? Like you tell me. I would actually say the two of you tell me. So before quite you describe, I've made a slight change to this, and Rain, I'm gonna have you as well I'm gonna have you actually roll. You get a choice here, Rain. You may either unleash your powers as well as you're trying to like use your gadgets and fly in as swiftly as you can, grab them and then leave. Or I would also allow you to roll defend, because in this moment you are trying to protect your allies here by covering everything that's happening.
Okay.
So freak or savior.
Where's my... I'm a stronger freak than I am a savior, so.
All right. Hell yeah. Aqua's a bit of a freak.
Incredible
A
sentence.
little bit of a freaky path up in here.
I'm a bit more of a freak than I am a savior. Same, babe.
Let's do this. Yep.
Damn.
Okay. With two
We're getting
full
freaky.
with 2 full hits, I would like both of you to describe and like you kind of combo this together how you knock out the entire outside of the facility and then make your way out with Trash Bandit.
So, because I am actually immune to it, I don't have to really do that much special. I just bring him in, float him on down, to his like be within range of the pickup, and let Wink just do his thing.
Wink, I know there might not be too much description here, but I would like you to tell us how you are being carried by Rain. As you
I was gonna say, yeah. What's your preference? We could princess carry. I could.
It's like an under the arm cat carry.
Yeah.
Oh, right, like full limb.
My outfit's kind of big, so I just sort of am flapping loosely in the air, and I get unleashed like a 500 kiloton bomb.
Okay.
Fucking amazing. And as I think we as like the audience would see this almost like a pulse come out. It's not like something generally visible by like the other players or anything, but we as the audience would see this like pulse, this wave emanate from Wink. And as it kind of washes over the outside, we just watch as like a bunch of people just collapse as they all hit the ground. Tommy just like whoop head into the fucking domino table and completely ruins the set they were doing. Trash Bandit goes knocks to the ground as you fly in, scoop Trash Bandit up, and begin to make your way out. At the exact same time that you're doing that, Wave, you're making a tunnel?
Yes.
Or are you just trying to make like a big divot in the ground, like a hole under the fence? You tell me.
Probably with the way my powers work, it's not as controlled as a tunnel, but I could probably make it seem like the guy ran for the fence and dug like a divot under the fence so that he could get out.
I'm gonna need you to unleash your powers here as well.
Yeah.
4. So you guys can either there are 2 options here. You can blow the rest of your teamwork to cover this, and that would be everyone pitching in, and we all kind of figure out together how you don't forget to mark your potential as well. But we would all kind of figure out together how the team comes together to help you in this moment, but it would blow the rest of your team. You only have 3 left, and that you would need a 7 to make it a success. Or the other option that I always kind of offer is on a miss, you may choose to mark a condition and still get a 7 to 9.
They're gonna mark a condition.
All right, what's the condition?
In this, they're still. This is in a way so against what they are trying, or no, not you. Actually, I'm gonna say
the hero they're trying to be.
The hero they're trying to be. So they're gonna feel a little guilty about this because they feel like they're doing that. So marking guilty.
Mark guilty. Now, here's unfortunately the second half of it. On a 7 to 9, you mark a condition, or I will tell you how the effect is unstable or temporary.
No, unstable is funny.
Unstable is funny. I think I think the unstable here is that you accidentally cause a little bit larger of a divot than you intended, and it actually causes a crash in the fence. And there is that worry of when people wake up, it's going to be a mad dash to see whether or not the like employees or the like potential criminals wake up and make their way towards the now open hole in the backyard.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's what I gotta live with.
Yep.
Seismic waves are not always easy to control.
What does this look like?
So, from a distance away, enough that it could look like it was supposed to be a naturally dug divot, just like something skimming the ground, going under the fence, and then like he kept digging and trying to swim his way through the ground until he got a certain distance away. Wave channels their ability, and then in a moment of unsurety, like hesitates because they're like, I don't really want to. This isn't exactly what I wanted, to do with my abilities. You know, they're having the second thoughts. They sort of trip and they stomp their foot and they go, uh-oh. And then there's a huge kick up of dust as instead of a nice small divot, it's a bit of a, and it knocks a good portion of the fence over, and there's a large divot where they were aiming instead.
Almost like a crater.
Yeah, and it's and they go, oops. And they turn and book it back into the wood.
I am gonna mark down in one of my other games at some point a villain that escapes from this facility will come up.
I mean, I'm giving more content to the other teams. That's fine.
Exactly. Just gonna mark that down really quick. Alrighty. Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, hey, exactly. You're giving more content to the other players. Let's go. No problem.
Did any of those full hits add on to our team pool, though?
Full hits don't add on to team pool.
Okay.
Only in specific circumstances will they add on to team pool. For example, comfort or support, a full success on comfort or support, or defend. Those are the two things that can potentially add extra team to the pool. What was the provoke? Oh no, okay, got it. Yeah, that was it was an 11. But the provoke only adds to a team pool if you're trying to provoke another player. That's the last circumstance. However, at the end of session, you guys can always, if someone chooses... Oh no, actually none of them add team. Huh. When you enter a battle, nope. Yeah, it is really just defend or comfort or support that are the easier ways to build team back up. You also get one team at the start of every session and one team at the start of every fight. But nonetheless, not a big deal. You'll definitely have some opportunities to do that next session for sure, because I am sure you want to build up your team before going into the Cobb facility. But yeah, I would like I would like you all to discuss what the kind of it looks like as you all pile back into the Winnebago and begin to make your way towards the wash. And next time we're going to figure out, starting with you, Wave, next time we're going to figure out where in the wash you're staying, and we will pick up there next time. But I would like a scene, a moment of you all discussing the kind of maybe like a brief hard frame of everyone in the Winnebago on the way to the wash.
Fuck. It's too big of a hole. Crazy head back.
He's alright. We did pretty good, that's pretty good for a first task. I remember meeting Perry's first task. He's gonna start rambling if no one stops him.
The dad ramble from the front seat.
Yep.
Well, we could probably trying to just blame it on like the light flash thing, right? Where it's just like, yeah, it was one of the villains. Villains don't typically care if they break a few things, so
Yeah.
we probably won't get
guess.
caught.
I guess that works. They
I-
pivot from him digging through the ground to the blast making a hole in the cage.
You think we could
Mhm.
blame Stacy Cobb, like we was that light show lady? Because y'all reported her, didn't you?
I reported
The light
the
show
new
part.
villain
yeah.
that popped up, but I haven't told. Have I told anybody Stacy Cobb? No, I had to keep it on
because
the
you
down
don't
No, you
low.
really
can keep it
have
with us.
yet. You don't have official like proof,
Evidence.
right?
Yeah.
You've probably managed to track down a little information on her. She does have a registered superpower. Like her power is publicly known, but it's really minor. Her power, as far as most anyone knows, is that she can cause her skin to glow and sparkle a little bit. Which probably for you is like, I know what you are.
yeah, yeah. For Aurora, it's just like, Really
But for anyone
sus.
else, she really can just like for most people, it's really can just cause like sparkles, and when people like touch her, it causes that part of the skin to glow.
We don't have any solid evidence on her, but I did report the villain that we encountered, so they could blame it on that individual. at the
Yeah,
very
maybe
least.
they'll just think it's a new villain that's going on, attacking us, attacking the facility.
Could be an easy alibi, maybe. Especially for my fuck up anyway.
You're all right. You accomplished what you need to get done. There is now a crater.
I wasn't aiming for a crater, I was aiming for a divot.
Oh. Okay, go big or go home. You know what I say.
Ugh.
But that will give us a lot of time for all the stuff to get out of his system. How was he responsive to being picked up? Or did he not know about that particular plan?
He knew kind of that he was going to be leaving, at least. At least he was told to stay outside. So once he wakes up, we're going to have to explain a lot.
Okay.
Good job with the cloak and rain. I honestly didn't know you could do it like all three of you.
Brain?
Aqua?
Sorry, I was muted.
It's okay, man.
Okay, sorry. I had tuned out. Someone had messaged me.
You were just getting a compliment for sneaking them out of there. I think everyone's just kind of like touching on what everyone
Yeah.
did.
I do just the slow nod.
Yes.
In the back of the Winnebago, is Wink still asleep? Like
No, we would be asleep.
Yeah,
think
you
that'd
would
be a
be.
bad
Yeah,
time.
you're in close proximity. Yeah. You would need to.
Yeah, I
You're-
imagine he'd be like coming out of his stupor. He's just like,
As you're kind of coming out of
What
it
happened?
nearby, the trash bandit kind of, what? And two of you are just kind of like getting up in the back of the Winnie.
Hey, criminal. I say, looking at him.
we pull it off.
Oh yeah, we got it.
Yep.
Awesome.
No problems.
Well, yeah, no problems, but we think we can make it work, I guess.
With the we pull it off, awesome, no problems. Well, I think that is where we kind of zoom out of the car as like you start to fill Wink in on how everything went. And as we kind of like zoom out the back window and see the car driving towards the wash, that's where we're going to call a session for today.
Woohoo!
Nice.
Yo-ho.
A very short one as we were wrapping up the story from last half. Trash!
Okay.
We have acquired trash.
We have acquired trash.
Garbage.
We've acquired a stinky.
Garbage.
Whoa, he's got a name, y'all. It's Chuck. As in chuck him in the bin.
Damn.
I thought his name was Throw, as in throw him out.
Once
Trevor?
again, I appreciate all of you as my lovely players being here. I appreciate anyone who tuned in and checked out the session today for hanging out with us. And I don't think we got a ton more to kind of do here. We were catching up, so yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and send us on out of here. We only got the one viewer, so whoever's hanging out in chat, you go do whatever it is you want to do. I'm not gonna raid into anyone. We'll just catch you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Really quick. Oh yeah, before we
Bye-bye.
bye bye. I almost forgot. Before we
Oh,
bye bye.
Oh,
Yibe.
let's take out your together.
Goodbye. Before we bye bye, I really quickly just have to do the end of session experience because I almost forgot. So we'll just go top to bottom. Starting with Rain, Aqua. Closer to the team, image of yourself away from the team.
Closer to the team.
Closer to team. You may either clear condition or mark potential.
Okay.
What about Wink? Closer, image, away.
Closer.
All right. Clear condition or mark potential. Wave. Closer, image, away.
Despite the moral finagling they had in the middle there, everyone sort of backing them up definitely makes them feel closer to the team.
All right. Well, clear condition or mark potential.
Gotcha.
What about our Aurora, our lucky Aurora?
I think they are finding new abilities for themselves. Like, yes, the heist was really good, but it's just like this. It is a combo of closer to the team and finding themselves, but I think it's on the dial finding themselves.
Got it.
Just that smidge more because of Fix-It's input on like, hey, can you try this? And I'm like, I've never tried that before.
That makes sense. Well, awesome. I clear condition or mark potential because you closer to the team. And lastly, certainly not leastly, our one, our only, Ross.
I think I do closer to the team for sure.
Closer team as well.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you got it. Well, mark potential, clear condition or mark potential, and that will do us today. We did our intros, super short session. You know who these lovely people are, but regardless, thank you all for being here. Now the proper goodbyes. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
now.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
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 Goodbye,
I forgot to
everybody.
set up the raid before we did the goodbyes because I am a fool. So I have to wait for that thing to go down. I'm gonna press that raid and then because I saw a bunch more people pop in the chat right as it was happening. So goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.